Hi, my name is Bryan Blanchette. I'm a Mohegan Abenaki, and I'm a singer, songwriter, and promoter of the Abenaki language.
Well, thank you so much for being here. You're a member of the Nolhegan band of the Kusuk Abnaki,
Yes, yes, yeah.
and how what kind of interactions do you have as a band, as a
A-
community?
a- As a band, there's something that there's always a meeting once a month. A lot of businesses talk. Don Stevens, who's doing a great job bringing things to the Abenaki people, we'll talk about that. Um, but afterwards, there's a feast, the potluck. So it's a gathering, and people are getting together and singing. Yeah. So
Nice.
I mean that's always great. There are we in usually early March, late February, we have the Snow Snake Games. There's a summer, usually a summer gathering of some kind where people get together and we get to camp out. You know what I mean? So you're if you're camping out, there's a whole nother interaction than if you're all going to a hotel and then coming back and seeing each other in the morning.
Yeah.
And I really look forward to those meetings. Somebody will bring up crock pot with venison stew, or there's buffalo chili, or there's something along. There's nothing like filling up that plate with as much different things as you possibly can, and then sitting down and socializing. Bring the children. Yeah, I love eating. I love the food, and I love the food at the gatherings. Yeah.
That's great.
Well,
And
what better way to socialize than to eat together, really, right? There's nothing better than that, right?
exactly. No. And so how is a gathering different than a powwow?
A powwow, there's vendors set up. Usually about 20 something vendors at a relatively decent powwow. And there's a dance circle set up. There's a drum arbor where there's usually at least one drum, hopefully two or three. And you've got an MC and then an arena director that's actually kind of coordinating everything with the dancers, the drums, and the MC. So it's far more formal, but it's more open. It's usually open to the public. I've never seen a gathering where Native people have said, "Hey, that guy's too white, get him out of here." But it's not something that's advertised for the public to come to. It's on a people will know about. At a gathering, the emphasis really is on socializing.
Hmm. So I know it's a complicated question, but I wonder if you might just be
Let me let
okay
me
sharing what are your thoughts about the current holiday of Thanksgiving in this country, and how do you honor or not honor it?
I have always celebrated Thanksgiving. Do you know of any colonial history of giving thanks and having a feast like that? The first European, first I know of Europeans celebrating and giving thanks for what they have was at that first Thanksgiving. I don't know of it any other time in history, but I have been told and read that this has always been giving thanks is something that Native people have always done. Be thankful for what you have, really, right? Mashpee Wampanoags are livid about Thanksgiving. They don't celebrate it and they protest. Somebody had recently brought that topic up, and I said, we need Thanksgiving is our holiday. It's an Algonquin holiday, and we showed them how to be thankful. It's time to decolonize Thanksgiving. You know, the Pilgrims had turkey, but Massasoit, along with the party that traveled with him, brought 5 deer.
Yeah. Do you have ideas for how you might keep that core part of it that you have touched on of the giving thanks is a fundamental part of indigenous culture, and to really reclaim that part of it? Do you know how you might in this time of pandemic focus on the gratitude?
I, I I haven't really given that much thought, but I think among Indigenous people, your wealth is what you can give.
Hmm.
it's not the what you've attained, it's what you can give. So perhaps donating to something, and even if it's just energy, would be a better way of looking at it. I haven't gotten that far in my in my thought process, really. Yeah.
Thanks so much for being in worship with us today. Do you have any final message at this time of entering Thanksgiving?
Keep your loved ones close. Stay in touch. Right. Reach out to somebody. I'm not saying this for me, but I'm sure there are people out there that really need that phone call right now. But I mean, the poor grandparents that can't see their grandchildren, really, right? I mean,
Yeah.
let's have a Zoom. We're figuring out ways to have Zoom concerts. So if we can do that, we should be doing more with our families, and reaching out, or just neighbors. It's that time now. It's that time in society and that time of year. So I'll
Yeah.
leave it at that.
Yeah. Great.